and a very warm welcome to Women's World, a program especially related to women, and I'm Dechen Om with the program. In this edition, we'll talk about autism, a neurological disorder, and the health program for such people in the country. What is autism? Autism is a neurological disorder that affects the brain. The medical director of the National Referral Hospital in Thimphu, Dr. K.P. Siring, says social and communication impairment are the main characteristics of autism.
One of the characteristics is their social interaction. They cannot have eye contact, for example. Usually they stay aloof. They do not interact with their peers. They play alone. So these kind of difficulties they face in socializing. And in the communication aspect, the language disability, they cannot communicate with others and then do not have proper speech. They cannot communicate. So they use other sensations to communicate, like they can touch, they can smell, and they can use their hands to show what they want. So these are some of the communication. And then they have their behavioral disorders, like they can have tantrums. These are some of the behavioral disorders. And they do not have fear. They may not have that emotional, this thing, like understand that others can feel pain. That kind of emotional, bluntness may be there. And then also they have typical repetitive behavior. Like if they play with some kind of toy, they will stick to that. And if you try to change it, then they may not like, and then they throw up tantrums. That kind of behaviors they can have.
19-year-old Dechen Chodin suffers from autism. She was diagnosed with autism at the age of 7. Her mother, Dr. Maruk Gessen, says Dechen was not able to walk or talk.
We were a little worried. We took her to Vellore for some investigations which were not possible here at our hospital. That time we found she had some mental retardation. Even that time we didn't know. It was not diagnosed as autism. But here we had some volunteer expatriate, and she was working with people, working with children who were autistic. And when she saw her and was with her, she was the one who told us actually that Dechen is having this autism.
Both Dechen's parents are doctors, but the disease was not so familiar with them when Dechen was first diagnosed.
Though I'm a doctor, what really autism means, but we took it positively. We knew it, that she's a special child. So we took it in that way, very positive, and tried to see what we can do for our children. Not only my daughter, but as well as for the others in general.
When and how does one know that the child is autistic? Dr. K.P. Siring explains.
Main component is the language skill. The child in the initial period may be looking absolutely normal because usually there is no physical disability as such. The milestones may be normal, but their speech is delayed. They may not speak like other children in time. For example, by the age of 1.5 years, they may not be speaking a single word. So that kind of speech disabilities may be there. But mostly by 3, I think the parents can notice a definite difference. So if a parent is quite inquisitive or observant, I think then by the age of 3, most of the children can be spotted.
Today, Dechen has joined Ability Bhutan Society, a public benefit organization that supports individuals with special needs. Her Majesty the Gelson is the patron of the civil society organization. The executive director of the organization, Bidagiri, says there are at least 60 children with different disabilities registered with the center.
Ability Bhutan Society, as being a new organization, CSOA, we have various of disability where children and the families come in, and mostly we have it with physical disabilities where we say as a cerebral palsy, and we have developmental delays where we help them in activities of daily living. And the third thing is autism, which is quite alarming thing in our country. So we are lots of children with autism, and we have experts who are coming from abroad, and the experts usually train the families most of the areas where they can manage their children at home.
Dechen's maid helps her with everything for her visit to Ability Bhutan Society. Dechen's trainer, Thuji, says Dechen is involved in meaningful activities like reading, writing, speaking, socializing, and doing exercises.
As she has been coming to Ability from the time she has joined, we can see she's very interested in learning and especially socializing. She likes coming here and learning about learning especially her skills.
For a person having autism, early intervention is important. The trainer says this will help the person to overcome the social and communication disabilities.
When it comes to Dechen, she has just joined recently, and when we see children who have got early intervention, we can see the difference, because those who get early intervention, they learn quickly because they are very young. And Dechen, since our intervention has been later in her age, so that there is a little difference.
Let us find out the causes of autism from Dr. K.P. Suring.
The exact cause is not known, but there are a lot of theories, but I think none of them are proven. In short, I think there is no understood causes, but theoretically they say that there is genetic component which is interacting with the environmental factors. That is the best explanation we can give for the cause of autism.
Changangkha Middle Secondary School in Thimphu is an integrated day school which has been inclusive of students with special needs since 2002. It caters to over 50 students with moderate to severe disabilities. Madam Chimilhamo is a special education coordinator at the school. She reasons out why she took up the class.
In 2002, I came here for the main reason was my son. I have a special needs son, so for him only I came to Changangkha because they were going to start special education. So during those years, I wasn't in the special ed team. I was a general teacher, and I used to teach like PP2 3 classes with all the subjects. And later on, it was only from 2008 onwards I joined special education. So now I'm teaching mostly the special education children, special needs children, and I'm now mostly dealing with children with autism and some few other severe children.
Madam Chimilhamo looks after the so-called self-contained classroom with 10 special needs children. Of the total, 8 suffers from autism.
Till last year, I used to have 6 children with autism, and this year I got 2 more new students. So in total, I have 8 children with autism, and they are all quite severe, all of them. We don't keep them in the regular classes because this classroom, we call it a self-contained classroom. So this got created after we got new students every year, and these children with autism were increasing every year. But it was very difficult for the general ed teachers to handle them in the classroom because they didn't do any academics, and the problem in the classroom, the behavior, it was quite difficult for the teacher to control. So I decided to create a classroom and named it Self-Contained Classroom. It is adopted from the Western system, the education system. So they don't go into the general ed classroom. Their inclusion is only like during the breaks. They mix around, socialize themselves with other students, and during the assembly, they attend the assembly as the rest of the school. But otherwise, throughout the day, they are with me in my self-contained classroom.
I also visited Drukso Vocational Training Center for Special Children and Youth in the capital. The CSO also has children with autism, among others. I talked to some of the special children as they were studying in their classroom.
Singular, peshetadora, igudidora, vishula,
Vemegala.
pesat, aniya, pesat, aniya.
Niwi Kazangdawila, Peslavila, Zongara English.
What is your name?
My name is Kazangdawa.
How old are you?
I'm fine.
The children happily tried to read their alphabets for me.
Ka, nga, ka, nga.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, B, W, X, Y, Z.
Good.
E, P, C, F, I, C, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, U, B, Y, Z.
Ka, ga, nga. Ta, da, na. Pa, ba, ma.
Although there is no cure for autism, Dr. K.P. Suring says parents play a crucial role in improving and decreasing the child's disabilities.
There is no definite treatment as such, and it cannot be cured. So, well, from the treatment point of view, it is a multidisciplinary approach, like the pediatricians, physiotherapies, speech therapists, the teacher, and the most important is the parent and the caregivers. So, as a part of the treatment, as a part of the management, actually, in fact, we don't treat, we just manage child in context to the whole surrounding. So parents have a very crucial role to play because they have to understand the disability as such. So it's very important to educate and create awareness among the parents so that they understand the difficulties the child faces, and then accordingly they can adjust and then